Good morning again. I am coming on because I feel like we need to do another update for sure. We have now reached G4, severe geomagnetic storm again. Hey, Yvonne. As you can tell, I'm leaning back in my chair, which is really rare. That rhymed. I'm just feeling a wee bit, shall we say, extra relaxed. A little tired. I can feel my energies going into dealing with all of this and processing it. Hello, Adina, or Adina, I'm not sure how. Good morning, Yvonne. Emma, Sulimar. Hey, everybody. What a day. Woohoo! We are having a major time. Exciting stuff and good stuff. Whew! But the changes that are taking place are substantial. Let me sit up and quit slouching on you so much. Hello, Coralie. Hello, April. Good morning, Colin. Sherry. April, yeah, what a day so far. Started early at about 4:30, I think. Our first live chat. Hey, Sandra, Tamer, Pam, Ashana, Rose, greetings. Philippa, Allison, I think our global community is here from the names I'm seeing. Hey, Koa, top of the day to you too. Amanda, oh, and I can't say your name because it looks like it's in a different writ. Hey, Shuri. Bobby, hey. Julie. Pam, Lindsay, good morning to you, lovely. Carol from Cardiff, Wales? Where is that? Cardiff, Wales. I don't know where you are, Cardiff. Are you in the Europe area or are you in the Australian area? Angela, Lisa. Hello, Coralie. Lajana. Jen. Feels great. That's wonderful. Hiya, Quincy. Hello, Juliet. Colin, thank you. Colin says, I absolutely love your page. That's wonderful. Thank you. Makes me feel warm inside. Hey, Carolyn. Hey, Margaret. Carolyn says, hello again, beloved Marguerite and everyone. Woohoo! It's an exciting day. It is an exciting day. Big time. Well, thank you, Athena. Hey, Jenny. Carolyn, the UK. Kelly, Liverpool. Woohoo! Well, Terry Phelps, good morning, my dear friend that I don't see so much lately because you're so busy. So many busy things nowadays for all of us, it seems. Kelly from Liverpool. Hey, everybody. Alberto from Venezuela. I love it. I love our global family. Hey, Julie. Corley from Puerto Rico. How cool. Lisa. Carol, thank you so much. She says amazing page and updates. Mirella. Jen says hello, Marguerite, and everyone. If you hear a funny sound, it's because I'm playing with shungite. I've got shungite in my hands, the little pebbles that we sell on the online page, or shop, I should say. I'm a little wonky, I think. Maybe more than a little. I think normal is wonky for me, but this is like over the top wonky. Oh, we're freezing. That was, oh, who did that? Is this, we have to rush ahead and see. Terry, thank you. Terry just sent 500 stars. Woo! Thank you very much, Terry. For those of you who don't know about stars on Facebook, that is $5. It's a penny or cent per star. So 500 stars is $5. So thank you. If you got your shungite, it'd be a good time to hold it and play with it like I'm doing right now. It's fun to hold and play with anyway. And it has benefits. It's not just fun. See if I can do this where you can see it. I have a whole handful of it right now. They're so cool. Actually, half of them are warm because I've been holding them. The other ones are cool. I'm just being silly. This is a piece I bought years ago. Cost me a pretty penny, but now we have this on our page at a really reasonable good price. I tell you what, my connection in Russia is causing me a lot of trouble. I don't know if it's political or what, but I can't seem to get new orders placed with him. So we won't be having the shungite after a while because we'll be completely out of a lot of it. We're already out of the elite shungite. Hey, 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 everybody. Bobby Pepper Preston says, I'm more than wonky. Oh my goodness. Yes, Carol, she says, love shungite, great for grounding and protection against EMF, electromagnetic frequencies, and the kind that is not good for you. Yes, absolutely. You know, I feel good, but I feel very still. Notice I'm wearing my bracelets, the scalar bracelets. If you got this stuff, put it on now. I got a black one on this hand and the butterfly and gold one on this side. I thought, you know, if I'm going to wear it, which I do, I might as well crank it up and wear it, especially today during a G4 severe geomagnetic storm. That is a KP8, and we are roaring, beloved. We are getting upgraded like in quantum force. That rang true, literally. Yes, we are. We are being upgraded in our DNA, and it's happening fast and kind of hard right now. So during this time, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to avoid everything that's busy work or that might be stressful or that might bring any kind of conflict or difficulty. I'm going to avoid it if it's not necessary. And the reason is because we need to focus all our energy towards what is being accomplished in us. And I hope y'all don't mind me rocking in my chair. Hope it's not annoying. And I've also got the golden healer that was given to me by my dear friend Sandy, who is one of our tribe and has helped me out a lot in the past. She sent me some beautiful pieces. This one is gorgeous. It has little rainbow inclusions in it. Golden Healer. And we are going through so much change. I'll tell you what I'm hearing. I'm hearing it right now. It's like when you upgrade in your DNA, like we are. It's similar to when you exercise. You have to tear some muscle to build new. And it can feel a little sore for a few days. But the trauma that you experience is not the goal, but it is the way to the enlargement and to the increase and to the strengthening and to the upgrade. Therefore, we need to take care of our wee little selves, as I always say. We need to be gentle. We need to not overcharge our systems, or as the Bible says, don't surf it. Don't overload, overcharge. Don't fritz out your system. That means your energy, your body, your emotions, all of it. We need to stay as balanced and healthy and calm and positive as possible during this time. So we may need to do a little planning. We may need to say, gee, maybe I shouldn't go out with that person today at lunch because they tend to stir things up. You know, maybe it'd be better to just avoid that volatile propensity, possibility in someone who is prone to stir up things. Maybe today is not the day to expose yourself to things like that. Some people prefer to be alone during times like this when we're going through these incredible upgrades. Some people love to go out and get in the water. If I had a swimming pool or a jacuzzi or something, I'd be in it today. But I don't have one. So you can do an Epsom salt bath, which I will probably do today if I happen to find and concentrate my time that direction. I'll take a lot of deep breaths today and focus and center myself. Let's do it right now. Take in a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth, slowly out of your mouth. And I'm going to focus on a lot of beautiful things. I'm going to spend time in meditation and prayerful conversation with my favorite person in the universe. I'm going to eat really healthy food. I am on a very, very healthy regime right now. I've started it, I guess, 3 or 4 days ago. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm going to make sure to drink plenty of water and other fluids. I'm going to wear all my scalar stuff. All of it. Well, not all at once. But I've got multiple pieces on me. And I'm obviously going to play and hold on to my shungite nearby to help me process any toxins going on and EMF happening, because there's so much going on right now. This incoming energy is tremendous, tremendous. I've only seen a G4 severe geomagnetic storm once before last night, or early this morning at 4:30 when we did our first live. That was the second time I've ever seen that. I'm quite sure. The last time was in 2024, so just last year. It was warm weather, I recall. I don't remember what time of year it was, but we saw it, and for a moment it blipped into G. Well, it went into, instead of just a KPH, it went into KP9 just for a glitch, which is incredible. That's as high as it goes on our present chart that we have available to us. Now, the solar wind is also off the charts, not really, but it's way out the top. It is last night, or in the early morning, about 4:30 when I came on, it was 1011.2 kilometers per second. Yeah, crazy. I saw someone who translated it over. It was almost 4 million miles an hour, if you think in terms of miles an hour. Kilometers per second is very different. This is incredible. Whatever is coming at us is coming fast. All the things coming at us are coming really, really, really quickly. And we have solar storms amping up that happened days ago, but are going to be arriving, or some are arriving. We also have coronal holes that have been occurring recently that are arriving. It takes time for these things to reach our atmosphere. We also have an S1, which is good because it was an S2 radiation storm, solar radiation storm. So it's gone down a little bit. And like I've said, I don't usually enjoy radiation storms. I enjoy these roaring geomagnetic storms. I enjoy major solar flares and high Schumann resonance. But a radiation storm, I don't find as enjoyable. You need to eat some food that's got quite a bit of iodine in it right now, just to protect your body and yourself from the elevated levels that we are experiencing. It's always good to preempt and prepare to respond the best you can to everything that's happening. So, once again, G4, geomagnetic storm. Severe, we'll just say super duper, okay? Severe sounds kind of scary. It's not scary. It's super duper. It's huge. It's massive. It's incredible. It's a showstopper. It makes us stop and say, wow, we really are living in extraordinary times. And we really are. We are living, hey, sugar baby. Well, okay. Did you hear her? You want to come up here? You want to come up? I would enjoy your company right now. Come here. Let's see if we can make this work. Oh, my goodness. There's that little girl. Can we do this right now? Yeah. Good girl. What a good baby. Yes, you are. I think I have special, unique cats. I've never had cats that would let me lay them down on their back like this, like Sugar does. Remember, your pets are experiencing this too. Remember that your little baby, fur babies, and whatever kind of critter baby you have, if it's a mammal, it's definitely feeling all of this. I know. You're doing really well, Sugar. Yes, you are, girl. She's doing very well. And Chipper is too. I don't know where Chipser is right now. He may be watching the birds. Just realize that all of creation is experiencing this with us. And we're all connected. And being in, yeah, there's Chipper. He's watching the birds. He's just about 4 feet away from me. All of creation is experiencing this. All of us are perceiving and feeling it in our own place, in our own world, in our own way. And to little critters like Sugar and Chipper and me and you, kindness goes a long, long way. And I hope you all don't mind me just talking to you and rambling. What I'm also doing is I'm creating an atmosphere. I'm creating an atmosphere for myself and for Sugar and Chipper and for you all of rest and peace and a place of comfort and love. Because right now, I think we all could use some of that. Can't we, Sugar? Can't we, baby girl? This is, to me, this is sort of like the equal. Are you wanting to get down? You want to get down? This is sort of like having a cup of hot chocolate or eating some other kind of comfort food or a cup of hot tea and sitting and just hanging out with good friends. There's nothing that compares to that, you know? And during times like these, we are actually accomplishing things by doing that. By being in this kind of vibe. This kind of space or vibe is a positive, creative vibe, and it's also a place of rest and peace and faith and confidence and strength and rest at the same time. In returning and rest shall be your confidence. That's an old, ancient scripture. So we visit places in our heart and places in our memories and places in the very now. And I want to say to you all is well. All is well. We are okay. We are being lifted up and brought out of a place that was not as good as where we are moving now. There's tons of angelic intervention. There's tons of divine intervention. Moving into a new era or into a new level is a huge deal. And this has been coming for, a little over 6,000 years now, at least, this particular era. And supposedly, angelic beings and so forth in the universe and spiritual beings call Earth the prison planet because we were taken over so long ago by a deceiver or deceiving race that caused us to forget who we are and altered our DNA. Well, we're being brought back. That's what's happening. So take a deep breath and sit back and realize that we are being restored, and with it, the whole earth. We've talked a lot lately about how all creation is eagerly waiting, like a woman travailing who is about to bring forth a child. All creation is waiting for the sons and daughters of the Creator God to stand up and remember who we are and come into our proper place. Everything has been suffering because it has not been as it was meant to be, but that's where we're going. Y'all feel the peace? I hope you feel the peace. I hope you feel the comfort I know you can't see Sugar's face very well, but she and I are comfortable here. Just rest today if you can. I hope you don't have to work a regular job today. I hope you'll be able to rest, take it easy, spend some time in thought and contemplation of good things, and take a lot of deep breaths, and we can do the heart brain coherence meditation all by ourselves. And sitting and holding Sugar here is like a meditation even for me. Scientifically, it's proven when you pet a cat, it lowers your blood pressure and all kinds of good effects. Plus, her purring is healing to her and to me. And do you feel that? Do you feel the peace? Yes, there's an amazing energetic storm, it's called. It's far above and beyond normal. But earlier, whereas I was feeling kind of a frenetic thing running through me, I don't feel that now. I feel this deep peace. Look at Sugar's. I hope you can see her little eyes. She is so relaxed. This is our world. Earth was made and given to the sons and daughters of the Creator God. And we are coming back into our place, and with it is going to come comfort and beauty and abundance and good things for every being on the face of the earth. Oh, Sugar's watching Chipper. As well as for all the beautiful greenery. Everything is alive. Even the rocks are alive and vibrating. Everything is being restored. But as the change is going on, there are a lot of repercussions where some don't want the change. It's all right. What is coming cannot be stopped because it's in a moed of time. It is an event that has been planned for millennia. Isn't that right, Sugar? Yeah, it is. We've been coming this way for a long time, and now it's time to open up the package. You want to get down? Okay, here we go. Now it's time to open up the gift that is being presented to us, delivered by angels and beings from our divine Creator. These are good, amazing times to be alive. Don't buy into the fear porn. Just don't buy into it. You know, I was a part of an organization called the Global Information Network, and we were taught things that supposedly only the people in the prime ruling families know, and they pass it down to their children. And most common folk don't know. And one of those things is, you don't know what you don't know. So you want to train yourself in your body by practice of certain patterns and thoughts to make it to where you know things, and then it becomes so natural that you don't even think about it. But you take the right path, the positive path, the healing path, the whole path, as in wholeness, and the right path without even thinking about it. Whereas we don't realize that we've been taught bad habits through our family, through our society, through the media, through culture, you name it, bad habits. And you unlearn them and you replace them. And that's what many of us are doing. That's what you're doing when you're meditating. That's what you're doing when you're saying your affirmations or confirmations or confessions or whatever you call it. When you're studying the ancient writings and listening to the words of the prophets and the modern seers and you ponder it, you are resetting yourself. Going past, above and beyond what has been the railroad track you were running on that wasn't working for you. So we're all taking different paths in the way we live, the way we eat, the way we think, what we hang out around, what we watch, etc. We are all changing and shifting. And you may be more at the beginning of this in your life, or you may be into it for many, many years now. It's all right. We're in the right place at the right time as we are living consciously and are listening and watching things that are more eternal and outside of our time limitations and this matrix. So, one of the things is, we were taught in that organization, is that when something is happening that you're not enjoying it, for instance, if you're in a type of business and you say you own the business and something bad has happened, maybe you're being sued by a bunch of people, or there's been a real disaster in that particular industry, or you've taken some sort of severe downturn. In that kind of case, they said the last thing you want to do is sit and think about it. Go over it. Work harder and longer hours. They say, don't do that. I know it's counterintuitive, but they said, don't do that. When you watch wealthy, influential people, you'll notice they're in the middle of intense something. And what are they doing? They're going golfing. They're hanging out on their boat. They're swimming with friends. They're having a celebration. They're eating really fine foods. They are delighting themselves in something. Why? Well, you can get all worked up and say, well, a bunch of lazy bums. But you know what? First of all, we can't judge others like that. Secondly, they know something that perhaps we have not known, which is the way to break free from something that's happening that is what we consider negative or undesirable, is to focus on feeling good. Now, my very rigid Christian upbringing would have found that appalling in the past. What in the world? It would say in a very stodgy, stiff voice. How selfish to focus on feeling good? But that's exactly what we need to do. I'll tell you why. Our feelings are not something we need to resist and avoid. They're something we need to take note of. Your feelings are like the thermostat in the room, letting you know what's going on inside you, how the outside stuff is affecting you. It lets you know what you've been thinking about. I've been a mentor type for a lot of years, and one of the things I say to people when they come to me and they say, oh, I'm upset, I'm shook up, I'm not feeling good, I feel depressed. And one of the things I ask them, which I ask myself all the time, is, what have you been thinking about? And they're like, what? What have you been thinking about? What's been on your mind? And they're like, well, nothing really. And I said, no, seriously. we're going to find how to shift this, and we need to know, what have you been thinking about? What has been taking up your time? What's been replaying in your mind? What scenarios have been going on? What sorts of thoughts have been ringing in your ears and in your heart? If it's negative stuff, if it's feelings of rejection and hurt or anger and offense or depressing thoughts, many times they'll clothe themselves in religious thoughts or something you were taught from the past that doesn't work. And we have to separate ourselves from those things and look at them from an objective observer position and say, I know Mama taught me that. I know Daddy taught me that. I know that the preacher, pastor taught me that. I know the principal of the school or the teacher or whoever taught me that and said that sort of stuff. But is that true? Is it working for me? Did it work for them? Just sit back and observe and say, number one, how does this make me feel when I think about that? What does it make me feel? How do I feel when I watch that kind of a program? Or I listen to that kind of music? Or when I hang out with that person and let them say those things in my ears? How does it make me feel? Start noticing what adds to you, what elevates you, the people you hang out with that you know you're better for being with them. That's part of living intentionally, isn't it? I know many of you do all this already. I just want to talk about it today. It's part of being conscious in this world. Sometimes it's better to be alone than to hang out with people who bring you down. You might find your family brings you down. Well, does that mean you dump your family completely? Not necessarily, but they don't have the right to you all the time. Who has the right to your time all the time? Nobody. And we've been taught a lot of our societies that we need to be, so nice to everyone that we even reward people who are doing unkind things to us or sowing garbage into our lives. You know what? There's a place to reward people who are really beautiful, good souls and who are taking the time to genuinely love us and care about us. There should be a difference between the way we treat those who do not put good into us and those who do. There should be a reward, so to speak. There should be availability to those who treat us beautifully and lovingly. Those who bother to raise us up. There should be, don't you think? How will people ever learn how to treat us if we just reward everyone totally the same? That's just, that used to be the way I did things. I was nice to everyone. I thought everyone had a right to my time and my presence and my knowledge and everything else. Why? Because I'd been raised in an abusive situation and I had very little self-respect and I had very little self-esteem and I didn't know how to create healthy boundaries. So there's a place for all of these things. Today is a good time to just flow in your favorite river of thought consciously. Just sit and pet your pets or be with your children. Create a fun time. Bake something good. Cook something good. Watch your favorite movie or program. Go into it absolutely 100% for the experience and for the experience of those that you're with. Create a special place and time today. You know, I used to say to my parents, who were all about duty and all of that, and I have a lot of that in me too. There's nothing wrong with that imbalance. I used to say, what are you going to remember in 10 years or 5 years? Are you going to remember today that was full of humdrum, do the same thing, carry out the same tasks? Or are you going to remember when you stopped for a moment and walked outside barefoot and breathed in the fresh air and spent time with your puppies or kittens or whatever, or your children, or you called together a group of your good friends, or you went and hung out with your family and baked cookies or drank hot chocolate or tea or whatever makes you create an atmosphere to let yourself and others feel treasured and special. That's what you'll remember. That's why we remember holidays and special events, because it sets things apart, and those become our memories. They become the things we look back on with delight. So let's make some of those today. Or spend the day by yourself making a memory, watching your favorite show, doing something you love, and savoring it. Savor it. All of this is building up that good base feeling inside, that thing inside you that draws good to you. This is the stuff of joy and happiness, success. It also makes you stable and strong so that when you're around other people, you have something worthwhile to give them. People will seek you out. They'll be like, you know, I feel great when I'm with that person. I just want to see more of them, hear more from them. My mentor was like that. People were always with him. I was often there with him, because when you entered Brother Littlefield, yes, that was his name. We called him Brother Littlefield. When you entered his presence, you entered a whole world, an atmosphere that was different than where you just came from. He carried a presence and a frequency of love that was incredible. He walked in a place of divine unconditional love, and he didn't just feel nice feelings towards you. He would purposefully, but he did it so much he didn't think about it, I don't think, that often. He would purposefully find your love language, and he would talk to you in it. Maybe yours was touch. He would hold your hand, or he would touch your shoulder, or he would hug you when he saw you coming. Or maybe yours was gifts. You know, receiving gifts. He would get something for you, even if it was something as simple as taking you to get an ice cream cone. Or one woman, he bought her a pair of shoes. She was in a deep depression and wouldn't come out of her apartment, and he knew that she loved shoes, and he took her a brand new pair of shoes, and it changed her frequency. It shook her out of where she was. Brother Littlefield was also amazing at my favorite one, which is, see if I remember the proper word. It has to do with spending quality time with people. When you were with Brother Littlefield, you knew that you were seen and heard and treasured. When he left this earth, great value left the earth, but he left much behind in many of us, because we were with him and we studied him and we experienced him. And you catch a lot of that kind of thing from being around people like that. he would go out and rescue people. He would go, people who had, tragedy in their life of any kind, he would go to them. They didn't have to be someone he even knew. He was like the guardian father of the whole city. If your house burned down, he saw it in the newspaper. I was there in the morning with him and his wife, often, early, when they were still sitting around the breakfast table. And he would open up the newspaper and he would begin to cry that quick. His heart was so tender. And he'd say, oh my God, he had this beautiful Maine accent, old Maine accent, sounded almost English. And he'd say to his wife, Gladys, look what's happened to these people. And she'd say, oh, Millard, that was his first name. And they would look at it together, and then everything would go into motion. He had a storehouse where people brought stuff they didn't want anymore or they wanted to bless people with. He had a storehouse of clothing. He set all of this up, and it was all free. And they would go into motion. If they had clothing to fit every member of the family, someone would bring it together. If he didn't go get it himself, someone would that was close with him in the works that he did. And, or they'd go buy it for the children, the family. He would go out and get them an apartment or a house to live in until they got back on their feet. And he would go and visit with them and let them know that somehow everything was going to be all right. But he would be with them. People like that are priceless. And that's who we can be. That's who we are. And when I say to you, thank you, Shumanites, for holding that high frequency of unconditional divine love. We are changing our world. We really are. No matter how small it may seem, like the time years ago, it makes me want to cry. Just, whoa, I can feel my heart just growing as I'm talking about these things with you all. Sitting in my car, going through the drive-thru at a Panera restaurant. And when I got to the window, the person inside the window said, "You don't owe me anything. The person in the car in front of you paid for your meal." And I was just stunned. I looked. I tried to look at them, but they had driven on. I wanted to see who would do such a kind thing. And they had no idea how kind it was, because many times, many years of my life, I had been way below the poverty line. As an artist, I never was able, at that point in my life, to push into financial abundance. I had a lot of healing to do. And there is no judgment. I don't judge myself. I don't judge you all. But you know, what they did was priceless to me. Those kinds of kind acts, random acts of kindness, are priceless to raise all of our frequency, to warm all of our hearts, and to make us all better people. You are changing the world with who you are, the very type of people you are. The comments show your hearts. I knew a man who was a spiritual teacher, and he used to say, "Let me be alone with someone in conversation for 5 minutes and I'll be able to tell you exactly where they are in their life. Because what comes out of your mouth shows what's in your heart. It shows where you are in your healing process. It shows where you are in knowing who you are and what you're capable of and how powerful your words are. How powerful your thoughts are. We are creative beings. We're made in the image of our Creator God, Source. It apparently is one of the things that sets us apart throughout the entire universe. And we've forgotten who we were, but we are remembering. And when we speak life and love to one another, we're building each other up. We are changing our world, no matter how small it may seem. So, oh, you hear the cha-ching? Somebody just looks from the price of what they bought. Looks like they bought a pendant. Yes, $62 is what shipping and everything comes to when you buy a $55 pendant. So thank you. Cha-ching! Like the movie It's a Wonderful Life. Like that angel said, another angel's getting their wings. I love you all. And I know this has been very different. But whether we realize it or not, we are creating right now. What we're doing together as a group and as a tribe and a community and a family, and joined as we are in oneness, which we are. And one of the things that makes us different is we're aware of it. We are changing ourselves, and we are changing our world. Okay, let me pull this down off its stand. And let's come back to what brought us here. Many of you have joined and are wondering what we're here for, besides for me to talk and create an atmosphere. Let me refresh it. We were in a G4 severe, let's just call it super duper geomagnetic storm, a KP8 on the KP index. And yes, we're still there. I just refreshed it. And we're still in an S1 minor radiation, solar radiation storm. And the solar wind is still really high. So we are in a supercharged situation, and that's not bad. That means we are being changed. We are being upgraded. There it is. Isn't that wild looking? There's one notch left. One notch left. Okay. There is the solar wind. Yeehaw, boys and girls. 26 minutes for a solar wind to come from the spacecraft's Discover, which is right barely inside. You know, it's really sort of on the inside of our atmosphere that's still considered space. And when it passes Discover, it says that it will take 26 minutes for it to reach Earth at this speed. 967.8 kilometers per second. That is millions of miles an hour, if you think in terms of miles an hour like many of us in the West do. Okay. Look at that. That's interesting. The whole thing has gone way far north on the BZ, which can be considered a blessing. It'll give you a break. You don't feel it as much when it's in the northern. Okay, interplanetary magnetic field is, you can see, still pretty high. There's our moon phase. There's one of the magnetometers. The disturbance storm time index is barely in a strong storm still, but it's still in the moderate storm. And look at that. When we came on, it was like, that's 185. I don't know if you can see that. 185 gigawatts was the hemispheric power. And now it's come all the way down to 42 and 36 gigawatts. So things are calming down a bit, but this is still a rowdy, fun ride. But we are riding it in a bubble of peace, confidence. And look here, the solar radiation storm is dropped way back. It has dropped way down, barely inside the S1 range right now. So things are calming down. Let me say this. Let's treasure this time, this very unique time that we get to see this kind of astounding energy pushing into our world, into our internal world, our physical world, etc. Let's treasure this. It's out of the ordinary. It's off our normal zone, and that's great. Yay! It's wonderful. It's a party. It's a celebration. It's an excuse to ascend. Here is the Russian Tomsk University Schumann Resonance today. And of course, the part to the far right, not the little black streak. That's just not anything happening there yet. It's active, but not huge. This is how it looks on the amplitude. So, let's see, coming right across. It's about 30 amplitude or power 30, which is notable. Well, no, let me say it. It's not notable. It's pretty easy, but it's, I think I'm a little la, 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 la. I'm still in that other zone we were in. 30 power amplitude on the Russian Schumann has value, but it's nothing to blow your shoes or your socks off. Okay. Now, let me show you real quick something we're seeing that is just coming in. And my iPad is really slow right now. I'm not surprised. It's had a little excitement. Okay, hang on. Now, looky here. Here's Kumiana. You see what's getting ready to happen here? Looks like maybe some of the storming is getting ready to reflect in the Schumann resonance. It actually is reflecting in it. So the greeny, white, yellow parts are going up to 100 hertz. The red, intense super stuff is up to about 30, which is similar to what we saw on the Russian Schumann, about 30. But of course, this is hertz, and the Russian charts are not in hertz. And look at all this activity. And look at the geophone. So we're getting ready to see a little something, and sometimes you can see more. You see how that looks? Now look how it looks here. This gives you a little forecast. So it's not going to stay high spiking, it's going to come down, but it is still going on. Let's look at some of the other charts really quick, just to get an overview. Hi, Chipper. Oh, big yawn. Cute cat. Looking on through. Oh, he's coming up to see us, it looks like. Nothing to it. There's some purple there. Forgot all about the trees. And yes, the trees are still happening. Look, Chipper, it's the trees. Oh, my. Now, don't go standing in front of everything. Yeah, keep going. Go on. Go on, boy. So the trees, we always enjoy the happy little trees, sort of like a Bob Ross moment. the guy who used to teach painting, he was such a bright, positive light in our world. You know, it was very simple, but very beautiful. I never was I never followed his painting technique, but I used to see him from time to time, and I appreciated him. Okay, everything's fur edge now. Okay, Chipper's moving on. All right, here we are. Here's the trees. They're sort of like big evergreen trees, and this is almost like water. And this is like reflecting into the water. And when we see this, we don't really understand or know what it is, what causes it. But when we see it, it's usually a happy, good thing. And it's like we enjoy seeing them. All of us do, who have been watching all this stuff for a while. It's almost like just something good that makes us smile. Okay. So the Schumann is getting cranked up in Kumiana. And let's go ahead and quickly look at the geospace magnetosphere cut planes models. Let me get them up and running. And let's take a look at what is happening with us. Okay. This is Earth. Way, this little tiny dot in the center there. Okay, hold on. My phone is, there we go. Day side, night side, white side, black side, little tiny dot in the center. Okay, wham. The time is up here and it's in UTC. The span is about 3 hours. And there's nothing terribly exciting going on right now, but look what was happening earlier. Boom, slam, wham, boom. Yeah, you can see the shields just getting blasted. And we're moving across. Look at all the pressure around Earth. Red is the most intense pressure, and then we're at now. So let's take a look and see what's happening with density. And dark blue is the most intense. You can see the slider at the bottom, and look at all that. No wonder density is elevated. Look at it blasting through. Wow. Okay, it's gone all white. It's like it's blasted everything out. And we're at now. Okay. Let's take a look and see what's happening with velocity. Okay, let's start at the beginning. All right. Blue is the most intense. Red is the background. Then yellow and orange. Look at this. This is weird looking. My goodness. Well, what do you expect when you've got millions of miles an hour of solar wind coming at you and hitting us? Oh, my word. Look at that. Good heavens. That's a weird shape. Look at the twist that's occurring. And that funny little nose thing where it's hitting. We're seeing unusual things that's restarted itself. Gee whiz. Let's watch it again. It's so outstanding. Look at that. Bam. Bam, bam. All right. Moving along. We're coming. Look at it splitting up. Okay, we're coming up on about now. A lot of stillness there. How about that? You know, who knows? Maybe we were responding to that stillness, or maybe we were helping to create it. Let's watch this again. Velocity is definitely the most exciting of the charts right now. Let's just take a gander here. Just look at all this. Blue is the most intense, green is next, yellow is next, orange then, and then red is the background. Look at how it's splitting up, like making segments. And here we are at now. Okay. Amazing, amazing stuff. Aaron Tales, we love you. She says, greetings from Andalusia. Oh my goodness, Andalusia. How wonderful. Spain, right? Wow. I used to read about that part of the country when I was reading some of St. Teresa's stuff. St. Teresa's my favorite saint, by the way. No, I'm not Catholic. But I know a fellow mystic when I see one. I was led to her stuff. She was the most down-to-earth saint, and she was from Spain. Okay, moving right along. Well, thank you, Bobby. Bobby sent me 200 stars. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you so much. Let me see real quick. Why is my forehead always numbing? Then those repeated always, I do not see just twice a day, but 10 to 20 times a day. The higher the frequency, the more numb of my forehead. Why is my forehead always numbing? Okay, she's talking about herself. I don't know, Jan. I just encourage you to do all the things that we have on our list, you know, grounding yourself. And you can do that multiple ways. Stay hydrated. Use earthing equipment. Breathe deep. Do the heart-brain coherence meditation. All of this is available. We'll do the heart-brain meditation quickly here at the end for everyone to kind of level out, stabilize. But I don't know. Your third eye, the pineal gland, is right back in here. I guess you're downloading something or being shifted some way. Okay. People are saying different things. Let's go ahead and you all forgive me if I don't jump and read everybody's comments right away, because today is a big day for all of us. I want to see what you're saying, but please do not take it personally if I'm not on there talking a whole lot in the comments, because this is part of my own self-care, you know, taking care of what needs to be done to hold myself in the frequency I need to be in during these high energies too. And you all do the same thing with yourselves. Whatever you need to do it, okay? Follow after the leading in your soul and your heart and your spirit. Let's do the heart-brain coherence meditation now. And many of you will find that any unpleasant symptoms you're having will leave you during this. It's an amazing thing. It's like almost supernatural. It will cause you to move into the quantum field of possibilities where great change is possible, like that, now. Quantum is now. And you don't have to understand it all to do it. All right, let me shift my page here. And here we go. Ignore that sound. It's me playing with my shungite again. All right, touch your heart area. Bring your focus to the heart region. Take a deep breath in to the heart and let it out from the heart. Chipper is speaking to us. Bring in to the heart area and out. And this helps to activate your torus field of the heart and connects it to your brain. And then you end up with superpowers. Now, Chipper, if you want to be part of our meditation, then come up, but you need to be quiet, baby. He's up here. I don't know if you can see his fur. He is right in front. I don't need to see down there. He's hungry. That's what he's trying to say. And he also says hi, I think. All right. Think of something you're really grateful for. Something that you're super thankful for. I'm super thankful for Chipper and Sugar. Yes, I am. And I'm thankful for you all. And I always think of the day of my spiritual awakening where I can experience unconditional love really for the first time. So think of something like that for you. Imagine breathing in and out from the heart area and let yourself feel gratitude. And we'll do this for 3 minutes, and I will let you know when the 3 minutes is up. So let us begin now. So much peace. Chipper's excited about the birds. Don't worry about him. Thank you. Wow. Thinking about something you're very grateful for, letting yourself feel it. Breathing in and out from your heart area. Breathing in and out from the heart and feeling gratitude. Just a little bit longer. Okay. Chipper's up here with us. He's smiling and purring. Yes, him is. Oh my goodness. Such a sweet cat. Oh, did you get your ear tickled, boy? Okay. I love you all. Have a beautiful day. I'll check back in if anything super, super exciting continues. But at this point, just real fast, let Let me see where we are. We are still in the G4 super duper geomagnetic storm. And we're still at KP8 on the KP index. And the solar wind is still pushing 1,000 kilometers per second. Yeehaw! So flow these energies, beloved, and do something, if you can, that you love and enjoy. Spend time with those that you love and enjoy and who love you. Eat something good, pray, meditate, contemplate beautiful things. Stay hydrated, drink lots of water. Ground yourself in nature. Wear your scalar devices, jewelry and pendants. Now Sugar's in here with us. The Chipper at the window watching the birds, and Sugar Bit right here. Oh my goodness, Sugar Bit. You cute baby girl. Yeah. Yeah. Love my little beautiful pet companions. Do something beautiful and make this day memorable. Make it a beautiful time for you and perhaps for others also. Just remember, we're not going through all of this for nothing. We're going someplace really good. 5D, Kingdom of Heaven, New Earth, the new era, whatever you want to call it. And here's a wonderful quote from the Master. The Kingdom of Heaven is within you. Love you much. See ya.